Let's begin with a quiet truth. Most of us are not ungrateful. We're just overwhelmed. We wake up to a screen. We go to bed thinking about tomorrow. We spend our days rushing towards something, even if we're not entirely sure what. In this chase, we begin to forget the texture of our own lives, not because they're lacking, but because they've become background noise. We confuse stimulation with aliveness, and so, joy becomes a future achievement, instead of a present sensation. But what if I told you, the joy you're seeking has already arrived? It's just waiting for you to notice it. Gratitude is not something we practice when things are perfect. It's how we learn to touch beauty even in imperfection. And through visual meditation, we can begin to re-sensitize the soul, to see the extraordinary within the ordinary again. Let's be honest. Gratitude has been co-opted by self-help slogans and Instagram captions. It's become a checklist, a buzzword. Be grateful. Write 5 things you're thankful for. Start your day with gratitude. But sometimes, those words feel hollow. Why? Because you can't force your way into genuine thankfulness, especially not when you're exhausted, anxious, or simply numb. We don't lack things to be grateful for. We lack the stillness to feel them. Our brains are wired to scan for problems. It's a survival mechanism. But if we never consciously shift that focus, we miss the quiet miracles unfolding in plain sight. A child laughing in the next room, the weight of warm water on your skin in the shower, a single ray of sunlight cutting through the blinds. These things don't shout, they whisper. And if we're always distracted, we won't hear them. Gratitude isn't a reaction to what happens. It's a decision to return, to presence, to breath, to being. Let me take you into a visual meditation now. Close your eyes, just for a moment. Imagine you're walking through a quiet forest. The leaves crunch under your feet. There's a breeze on your skin. Birds call gently in the distance. Now pause. Look up. A shaft of golden light breaks through the trees. It hits a single leaf, making it glow like stained glass. Time slows. For a second, everything is enough. You're not waiting to arrive. You have arrived. That moment, that quiet, reverent awareness, is the doorway to gratitude. It is not about what you have. It's about how you're seeing. Let's talk about the nervous system. Your brain has something called a negativity bias. It remembers insults more than praise. It focuses on problems instead of peace. This is why happiness fades so quickly. We don't give it time to sink in. Neuroscientist Dr. Rick Hansen calls this taking in the good. He explains that if you linger in a positive experience for just 10 to 20 seconds, you actually start to rewire your brain. Gratitude isn't just poetic, it's neurological resilience. When you slow down and savor, you build emotional muscle. You begin to notice joy more easily. You become less shaken by stress. You deepen your baseline of well-being. Imagine you're sipping tea instead of drinking it while scrolling. You hold the cup with 2 hands. You notice the warmth. You taste each sip like it's sacred. That is the practice. Not a new life, just a new lens. But what about the hard days? What about grief, loneliness, injustice? Can we still practice gratitude then? Not always easily, but especially then. Gratitude becomes a radical act of hope. It doesn't mean ignoring suffering. It means allowing joy to coexist with sorrow. You can cry and still feel thankful for the hand holding yours. You can fail and still feel grateful for the lesson. You can feel lost and still see beauty in the sky above you. Gratitude doesn't erase the pain. It places it in context. It reminds you. This too is part of being alive. And being alive is still a gift. Let's turn this into a practice. Every day, try this simple visual meditation. 1. Pause for 60 seconds. 2. Look around. Not for what's broken, but for what's beautiful. 3. Zoom in. Like a photographer, frame one detail. A dandelion crackling in sunlight. The rhythm of your breath. The silence between 2 heartbeats. 4. Whisper a thank you, even if it feels small, even if it feels silly. Let that thank you become a tether. Back to this moment, back to your life. Because gratitude is not about keeping a list. It's about falling in love with existence again. Many of us are trying to be happy, but happiness, when chased, tends to run. Gratitude is different. It doesn't seek, it receives. It opens the palms of your spirit and says, whatever this moment holds, I choose to meet it with presence. I choose to notice what is already good, already sacred, already here. And in that noticing, joy happens quietly, like a bloom unfolding at sunrise. You weren't waiting for it, you weren't grasping, it just appeared. That's what a grateful life looks like. Not loud, not performative, just deeply alive. Gratitude is not something that arrives when everything is perfect. It's something you choose. In the middle of the mess, in the middle of the mundane, in the middle of a life you're still learning to love. It's a spiritual muscle. The more you use it, the more it becomes who you are. And no matter what happens, when you live this way, you are never poor. You are never empty, because you're not waiting for more light. You are learning how to see. If this meditation stirred something in you, carry it with you into your next hour. Don't scroll past this moment. Look around. Notice one small, good thing. Name it. Feel it. Let it change your state. Then, if you feel moved, share it. In the comments, write, "Today I'm grateful for." Let that sentence be the seed of your next joy.